Hi everybody, I'm here today to do a book talk on the book Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman and illustrated by his son Brendan Shusterman. The book Challenger Deep came out in 2015 and is the story of a 15-year-old boy named Caden Bosch. And Caden Bosch suffers from a mental illness of schizophrenia. And throughout the book, you get to see Caden's two worlds that he sort of survives in. He has the real world, like everybody's actual reality, and then he also has his world where he's in his schizophrenic states. In those particular parts of the story, he believes that he is on a pirate ship, and the ship is going to the part of the ocean called Challenger Deep, which is the deepest part of the Marianas Trench. And so Caden is sort of on this journey of, going back and forth between feeling like he's sort of trapped, a prisoner on this boat, and also how he's trying to cope with real life. When I first saw this book, I was at the FAME conference in 2015, and I remember picking up the book, and I read the, inside front cover of it, and I thought, oh, this sounds like a really interesting book, but I don't know, it seems a little emotionally heavy, so I wasn't ready to just pick it up and read it right away. And I went from that, and I had the opportunity to listen to Neal Shusterman give a presentation. In his presentation, he talked about this book, and I learned that this book is really sort of based off of his experience from his son who was diagnosed with schizophrenia at the age of 15. And so while the book is not about his son, even though the illustrations are from his son, it is written with his son in mind. So they looked at the illustrations, and he sort of formed this story of Caden based off of the illustrations that Brendan had drawn. And he would ask him, well, when you drew this particular picture, what was going on in your mind? And so throughout the book, you have some of these illustrations that Brendan has drawn. Like I said, they kind of go throughout the book. So, Brendan would tell his dad, well, this was going on in my mind at this particular moment. And, this is kind of what I was experiencing, when I was drawing this picture. And so they formed the story from that. As I said, it's a little emotionally heavy because it does deal with mental illness, but I think it's a really, really important book that our kids need to be reading. It's definitely geared more for YA, like 9 through 12, but I have some middle school students that I have put this book in their hands because I think that they need to see that there are other people out there. They need to be able to see that there are people in books that maybe are suffering from some of the same things that they are suffering from, and that it's okay and it's difficult, but you know what? You can get through it. And so I find it to be a really, really powerful book for students that are either themselves suffering through mental illness or have a family member that is suffering through mental illness, and they need a way to be able to connect, to understand, and know that yes, it's really tough, but you know what? We're going to get through it, and there's a way to get through it, and it's not going to be easy, and that's okay, but we will go ahead and we're going to get through this together. One of the really cool things about this particular book and the illustrations is that you can go on to Neal Shusterman's website, which is storyman.com, and you can actually purchase any of the prints that you see. And all of the prints, then, part of their proceeds go to benefit NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So that's a really cool thing. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. Like I said, it's great for young adult. Some middle schoolers are going to be okay to read it. There's nothing in there that's, that risque. But I think even it's a really good book for adults to read, so they also get that better understanding of a certain aspect of mental illness. And it was also it has won a ton of awards, but the most probably well-known award that it's known for right now is won the 2015 National Book Award. It is just a phenomenal book. I hope that you choose to read it. Other than that, enjoy. Have a great night.